This is Katarina Jinx, a WoW superhero pro wrestler who's merged her love for cats into her wrestling persona. This is her cat, Louis Cipher. We learn about their animal instincts today on Industry Pets. Welcome to the show. We are happy today to have on Industry Pets a real-life superhero, one of the WoW women of wrestling superheroes, Katarina Jinx, joined by her furry companion in real life. This is who now?
This is little Louis Cipher.
Little Louis Cipher. Aw, adorable. And he is a Sphinx cat, huh?
He is. He's about 1 year old. He is a Sphinx. He is completely hairless, except for a little spot on his nose, and maybe you can see it if he's being nice about it. A little spot on his nose.
So how did you come up with the name Little Louis Cipher?
So many people, when they have Sphinx cats, they tell me, oh, you should name him Smeagol, all of the pop culture names. And, yes, I'm down here. He likes being on camera. He also likes the mouse, as all cats do. But I wanted something that might have been a little bit different. Maybe you have to think about it a little bit. He is a little bit of a demon. So my first instinct was to call him Lucifer. But that too, I also thought was a little much. So I came up with Little Louis Cipher. A little play on words, if you so.
Oh, Louis Cipher, Lucifer. Wow. Okay, I get you. Louis Cipher. So, Sphinx cats are known for their lack of fur, but I heard there's special care that they need as well. So, what is the extra love and attention you have to give a Sphinx cat as opposed to another cat?
With most cats, and this is my first Sphinx cat that I've ever had, normally you have to groom them regularly, you have to clean their teeth. Sorry, he's getting into everything, as cats do. But that's generally about it. You normally don't have to bathe them unless they get into something. But with a Sphinx cat, not only do you have to bathe them regularly, you also have to wipe them down almost every day because they have an extreme oil buildup. And luckily everything I own is black. So I don't have to worry too much about staining, but if you're someone who has a white sofa, you're going to be in trouble. It will be brown or orange or yellow, depending, very quickly. So even with his, he wears little shirts, and even those I have to spot check all the time because he gets them all oily. And so wiping them down, cleaning out their ears. The most annoying thing, I think, in the care of a Sphinx cat is because of their lack of fur, their nails don't have any protection to keep out any grime or dirt. So much like our nails, needing to clean them out every now and then, I have to wipe down his nails because they get a little gunky.
I've seen some pictures, and you have given little Louis Cipher some clothes sometimes. Does he like that, or is his face telling me, get this off me?
Well, let's see. He's currently wearing his favorite sweater at the moment. Mm-hmm. And he does not mind wearing clothes. He'll wear them no problem. He does not like them being put on or taken off. That's the one time he gets a little like, no, Mom, I don't want this. I'm not really doing this right now. But once he's in it, he has no problem. He'll be totally fine. As you can see, he's a total climber. He just has to be on top of everything. It doesn't matter what it is. He must be on top of it, whether it's my head, my sofa, my refrigerator. He must be on top of it at all times.
That's amazing.
So, yeah, he's a nut. But as you can see, he has no problem wearing his little shirt.
Now, you have a window backpack for your kitty cat. So do you like that? Does he like that? And where do you go?
So every now and then we go on a little hike. I'll take him out. The window backpack is really nice for him to look at everything, and there's nice little slits so he can smell everything, which is really, really nice. I love the look of that backpack. It makes him he already looks a little bit like an alien. And the backpack makes him look like he's an alien in the spaceship. So
he just landed.
I grew up with outdoor cats, so I really believe that having that environment for them to really explore is important for their mental upbringing, so to say. So I like to take him on walks and hikes, but mostly just if I get away with it, I try to take him everywhere. Which, being in Los Angeles, it's a very dog-friendly town. Not always the most cat-friendly town. So we get a lot of weird looks if I take him into a cafe or something like that. But he's generally really well behaved. He gets a little whiny inside of his box. So I have a little, like a fupa that I put him in. So he can be, out and about. So
you are part of a tag team called Animal Instinct with Goldie Collins, and, she's all about that dog life. So can you tell me how you brought a centuries-old feud to peace? Because you have said cats, dogs, doesn't matter. We're going to team up and kick butt. So how did that come about?
Well, Goldie is such a wonderful tag team partner. I can't even say that enough. So to say, it's a match made in heaven, even with the differences between dogs and cats, and yes, there's been quite the feud. But I think what people don't really take into account is there's also a camaraderie there. Dogs and cats seem to be on the opposite end of the spectrum most of the time because of, especially in the wild, the need for food and this and that and prey drive, so to say. But when you take a creature out of that kill or be killed kind of environment, right, that dog eat dog mentality, then all of a sudden the animal instinct that they all have of wanting to survive and live good lives, I think really honestly wins over. And we see that a lot with Goldie and I. Our differences is what makes us such a good tag team. We play off each other. Her strengths tend to sometimes be my weaknesses, and my strengths are sometimes her weaknesses. So we really blend well. And I want to honestly say it's that cat-dog difference, but that innate, ingrained instinct to be the top of the food chain and survive. And that's really what pulls us together. And since tagging with Goldie, something and he's still very new to my family, but his best friend is actually a giant dog.
Whoa.
So not only am I breaking the bounds of the tag team division is with a cat and a dog, but I'm also breaking the bounds with him as well to see, okay, are they really enemies in real life? And I'm finding that as he's going all over the place, I'm finding that when you introduce them as friends and let them just be them, I'm going to pull you out of my hair for a second, all of a sudden, their differences just kind of fade away. And his best friend is a dog, and he loves him, and they cuddle with each other, and they play with each other. Now, the play sometimes is a little bit one-sided, because the dog is about 10 times larger than my little Louis here. But they get along, and they go one-to-one, which is great.
That's awesome. What's the dog's name?
His name is Exterminatus.
Exterminatus. Wow, what kind of dog is it?
He's a Cane Corso.
All right.
And he too he's a puppy, so he's going to get bigger than he is now. But that's his best friend, and they love each other. Whenever they're with each other, it's a cuddle party. It's very silly.
If your cat could wrestle, what would little Louis' persona be?
Oh, if he could wrestle, I mean, I want to say he would take after his mother, but to be honest, he's definitely more of a destructor than I am. He wants to tear apart everything. He would probably, I would almost want to say his persona would be a fire demon.
Fire demon, all right. And then also, what would his entrance music be?
I want to say it would be something very powerful. Maybe like an Eye of the Tiger, or what is that? There's a really fun power metal song. I think it's The Eye of the Panther. That would be his entrance music.
What in your arsenal, did you draw straight from the cats to add to your ring work?
I would say the more of the stalking part of it, definitely more of the precision work. I tend not to do something unless I am more than positive it's going to work. So it's definitely more of that. I'm going to sit back and I'm going to wait for the perfect opportunity for something. That's definitely what I take the most from that. Besides using my claws quite a bit, I tend to scratch people quite a bit, and I've gotten in trouble a couple times with that, but I can't help it.
Are you going to actually bring him to work? Are we going to see him on screen?
Maybe. I would like to. I mean, if I could, I would bring him everywhere. But since Goldie brings her dog all the time, Alexander the Grand, they haven't really seen eye to eye yet. But I think we'll get there. It's just a matter of time. But I don't want to encroach on Alexander the Grand's domain necessarily. So I'm letting Louis kind of take his time before coming. If I am allowed, I will immediately bring him, though. You cannot stop me if they let me.
So I have a lightning round for you here. Are you ready?
Yes, let's do it.
What is Louis, your cat's favorite toy?
A bell.
If your cat could talk for a day, what do you think they'd talk about?
He would talk about bells and how he likes to play with them.
What's the funniest thing your cat has ever done?
Funniest thing my cat has ever done was fallen off of the refrigerator. And look like he didn't do anything. He'd just be like, nothing happened. I'm fine.
And what's your cat's go-to snack at home?
A churro.
A cat churro or a regular churro?
Cat churro. Yeah, the cat churro. The little tubey things.
And what would you ask him if he could understand you?
Do you even like me?
Cats versus dogs. Who's a better wrestler?
Cats.
Do you think your cat would make a better heel or face when it comes to wrestling?
Heel, 100%.
What's one thing your cat does that would make a great wrestling move?
Ooh, he does an amazing drop kick.
If Louis were to tag team with any other famous cat, real or fictional, who would it be?
Oh, it would be that mean cat. The cat that is always...
Grumpy?
Yes, the grumpy cat. Oh, 100%. That is who he would tag with immediately.
And how would Louis celebrate winning his first championship belt?
He would probably try to eat his opponent.
That is awesome. Very cool. Is there any other story about cats in your life that I didn't ask about that you would like to share?
No, I mean, I've had cats my whole life, and I recently lost my best friend of 15 years, right before I got Louis, and his great story is that he was part lynx, and that was totally by accident. He was a rescue, and it just happened that 3 years after I got him, he was still growing, and we're like, why is he still growing? But he had a great persona, but he left me with some wondrous things. I have a beautiful scar on my arm that he gave me, and it will always be the thing that I'll remember him by. He met a dog for the first time, and he freaked out. And I just happened to be holding him, and he just went right across my arm, and I probably needed stitches. But he is my Loki of cats. He was my best friend, and I always say I wish he could have met Louis. I think they would have gotten along very, very well. But he was awesome, and I think the best thing for most people is to think is cats are very misunderstood, and most people think they're very standoffish, and I would beg to differ. You have a cat, you give him love, and they will give you love right back, albeit maybe trying to eat you in the process. But they're very loving, and this is where he sits all the time.
Katarina Jinx and Louis Cipher, Lucifer, Louis Cipher. Thanks for being on the show. Tell everybody what you got going on, where they can find you at, your social medias and everything.
So you can find me at Katarina Jinx _wow on Instagram. You can find me at @catjinx _wow on X. And you can find me pretty regularly on KCOW9 or your local CBS syndicate with WoW episodes every Saturday night, depending on your area. So you can catch me there.
Real life superhero or supervillain, what do you prefer?
Oh, I'm a hero.
All right, there we go.
I'm a hero, but I'm a hero.
A real life superhero, a WoW superhero from WoW Women of Wrestling, Katarina Jinx, and her lovely, lovely cat, Louis Cipher. Thanks for joining us today on Industry Pets.
Of course. Thank you so much.